G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of On Point Adventures. My name's Brendan, and in this episode I'm going to be doing the review on the Penn 30 lever drag electric reel, which is an absolute game changer if you're a drone fisherman or deep water fisherman. Anyway, let's get into it. We're not going to be boring you today with all these boring specs of the reels, because they can be found with a lot of other videos or on the websites. Today is going to be an honest review on what we have found since we've been using this reel, and I'm telling you, we've used it a lot. The wind is absolutely crazy today, guys, so if you can see sand flying around my head, it's real. I mean, check this out. Look at all the sand over the back of that phone there, and that's only been laid down for about 3 seconds. But anyway, let's get into this review. So the Penn reel, I mean, it's $1,299 for the 30 or thereabouts, which is a lot of money to spend on a drone reel or a deep water reel, but it's what this reel does that makes it a bit different. Let's get it out. The best thing about this reel is that it's an all-in-one reel. So as you can see along here, this is your battery holder, and the battery slides in and out with that button there. You've got to give it a bit of a pull because it's got the double O-rings on there to keep the salt water out. And to put that battery in, all you do is you just sort of wiggle it in and then push it. Now, as you can see from the back of this reel, we haven't babied this reel at all. This reel has been used for exactly what it needs to. And have a look at that sand. It's like a snow globe out here. But yeah, as I said, we have not babied this reel in the absolute slightest. Why use a drone reel? Why use an electric reel for droning, though? I can hear you asking. And that's what we've been asked a lot and also criticised a lot. The reason is we do a lot of big drops, so we're not dropping 200, 300, 400 meters. We can be dropping out to 1 kilometer. Now, first off, the 30 some would think would be a little bit small for that, but by using the 30-pound whiplash, which we've got on this, the Berkeley whiplash, it's nice and thin, and we get well over the kilometer of line on this reel, so it works well. I like the 30 because it's a bit smaller and lighter as well. Right, that's why we use the electric for the drone reel. Now, how much have we used this reel? Well, look, I didn't want to bring this review to you early on before we'd really given this reel a run through its paces. So if you have a look now, you can see that we've done well over, I think it's over about 25 kilometers on this reel. Okay, now that's an exceptional amount of droning. 25 Ks worth of droning is huge, okay? So this reel here has retrieved well over its fair share of line and well over its fair share of fish. Now, this reel is super powerful as well. For a little tiny 30, or well, it's the smallest in the range, the 30, we've got big snapper, over 75 centimeters, multiple in the morning and so forth. The one thing though that electric reels I thought have always let themselves down with is the fact that you've got to connect them onto the battery pack. And as I've said, I've already pointed out this battery holder here. It looks like a small battery, so how much do you get out of it? Excuse me. The battery, right, this is the unbelievable bit. A full morning of droning uses 1 bar of battery on this. I've never gone past 1 bar of battery. So I would dare say you could get a whole weekend's of droning, 2 or 3 days out of this reel without recharge. However, if you did need to recharge it and you had the inverter to plug the 240 into, this battery recharges super quick anyway. The drag on this reel I've found to be ultimately smooth, which is really important. Of course, every drag's got to be smooth, I get it, but more so on electric reels where you are literally cranking the go button and letting the reel do its work. Why is that so important? Well, if it's snatchy, as that reel's trying to retrieve, you're not turning the reels off as you're bringing it in. You're allowing that reel to still stay in forward gear with the motor running whilst the fish is pulling back. So it's important that that drag is super smooth like it is in this, so as that fish can pull that drag effortlessly without pulling hooks. So yes, drag is super important on this reel. Now, to use this reel, it's so easy. You've got 2 little red buttons here which we push, we hold down. Okay, and that turns on the Penn screen, as you can see there. Now, to make this reel work, because it's got the auto stop, you need to have meters of line out before it will start retrieving on your accelerator switch here. Or if you want to, you can push mode Okay, and that puts the reel into override. I don't know if you can see that on the GoPro, but you can see override going there. Then all we do here, we turn it on, and there we go, guys. The reel's going, and as you can see, we've got beautiful variable speeds there, from 1, which is a super slow retrieve, to maximum, which really burns baits in. And this is exceptionally important, especially when you've got weed on your line and you need to burn that bait in to get the new one out. We have found this high speed on this almost immaculate. One thing we're looking at trying though soon is we're going to be adding a soft plastic to the top dropper of our drone rigs. So when we're bringing it in, we can just put it on number 2 or so forth and let that soft plastic run its way in. Now that's not part of the review of this reel, it's just an idea. Another good feature of this reel is here on the side here, we've got the switch, which allows it to tension the spool in free spool. And how that helps out there is when you're droning your bait, it's hands free. That puts enough tension on your spool, so when you're droning, you don't get any of your backlash or anything like that. I can do a full review on this reel of the features if you guys really want. If you do, comment below, but it's all just in this menu button here, which is super easy to use. The good thing about this reel is it's super easy to put into manual mode as well. So we push that button in there and the reel is full manual mode. But the best thing about this is if you forget it's in manual mode and you hit go, the handle goes like that, but you just touch the reel and it's got a beautiful little clicker there. Now what that does is that means that you can't bang your knuckles up, you can't hurt yourself, or you can't damage anything with this reel, which is absolute paramount. Now we pair this reel with the Penn Prevail 10-foot extra heavy rod, and I've found that to be an absolute ball-busting drone combo. It has caught a lot of fish, as you've seen through this video, and I'll keep putting little snippets up. But just quickly, let's just check this reel out in action. I'll get some clips up now quickly of it bringing in fish and doing what it does, and we'll see you for a conclusion after we've finished. I don't know what we've got here, but as you can see, the Penn reel is doing exactly as it should. We're actually halfway out flying Brett's bait out when this bloody snapper hit. But it's coming in pretty easy now. I don't think this is the biggest snapper in the world, but it's a fish nonetheless. So I'm really happy with that. First day with the Aero, and we're doing good things already. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a few head shakes. We just got to hope she stays on because that was a fairly big drop. We got a beautiful snapper, guys. An absolute beautiful, beautiful snapper. Look at this thing, guys. Woohoo! We got one. All right, here we are, guys. Look at this. Woo! What a snapper, guys. I couldn't be more stoked with this fish off the beach, to be honest. It's a bloody lovely fish. First fish, as I said, on the new drone. And the Penn reel did this with absolute ease. And how easy did this Penn make that look? So easy, in fact, on one of those fish there, I've just turned the reel off. It's so easy, in fact, on one of those fish when I was bringing it in, I actually thought I'd almost lost it because the combo made my life that easy. Fish on. We got a beautiful snapper, guys, which can't be said for many other combos. As I said, guys, the big criticism I get is, gee, why use an electric reel? It takes all the fun out. And yes, absolutely it does. So when I am droning from 0 to sort of 300 meters, I'm still on a manual reel. I don't usually pull the electric out. But as soon as I'm over that 300 meters and I'm out by sort of 6, 7, 8, 9 a kilometer, this reel comes into its own and makes my life that enjoyable. It means I can sort of muck around with my short strike drone rod on the beach. I can get other baits prepared and everything's good. Also, what I've noticed as well, when I've been droning other baits and this rod's gone off, I've been able to confidently just kick this reel into drive, concentrate on flying the other bait out while this reel brings the fish in the rod holder for me, which means I can be more productive on the beach. And I think productivity in any form of fishing application is better. Now, would I recommend this reel? Guys, you've heard me talking about this reel. You know I tell the truth, and if there's any problems, I would let you know. There is no problems with this reel, and it is highly recommended. If you're a guy that wants to do longer drops, that wants to use a drone reel but doesn't want to have the pain in the ass of having to have battery leads running out to a battery, this is the reel for you. And don't let anyone tell you that the battery capacity isn't enough, because if they do, I can tell you now they've not used one of these, because this battery capacity here is well and truly enough to get you going on for a whole weekend. As I said, a full morning session of generally about 9 to 10 drops. I use 1 bar of battery, just 1 out of the 4 bars, which is an exceptional amount of time to use this reel. Now anyway guys, I hope you like the little honest opinion on this Fathom 30 electric. It really is a game changer. I do love this reel. I was going to upgrade to the 50, but since putting this whiplash on, I'm not going to. If you wanted to fish your heavier braids like your 80 pound or your 50 pound, then yeah, absolutely, probably look into the 50 electric. But with the 30 pound whiplash, I've never been undergunned, and as you've seen, we've caught some big snapper. Anyway guys, there's the proof in the pudding, with flight logs provided, on-site footage provided, and of course my smile to show you that this reel is absolute the real deal. Guys, get into them, or at least go look at them. You're not going to be disappointed. Anyway guys, on to the next episode. Let's hope this wind buggers off so I can get out on the deep blue and get into them. Because I tell you what, being landlocked when you got a new boat at home isn't nice. Alright guys, catch you later on to the next episode.